Welcome to my channel. In this channel, I share some of the battlefields and military museums I have visited in the past. Hopefully you will find it useful for planning your trips, or if you have similar interests in such places. If you find this content useful, please like and subscribe, as I plan to do more of these videos. In this video I'll review the battlefields at Devil's Den and Little Round Top, and show you how both relate to each other. The battles on these two locations were fought on the second day of the Battle of Gettysburg. As a former infantryman, I have an intimate understanding of how the terrain affects the outcome of a battle. In this video I will connect these two battlefields to show how challenging it was for the Confederate units assaulting them. The Battle of Gettysburg was the bloodiest battle in the American Civil War. It was fought from July 1st to 3rd July 1863 in and around the town that bears its name. The battle in its entirety will be too much to cover in this video, and I won't be able to do justice to the subject matter. So I will refer you to Jeffrey the librarian, who has excellent videos covering the blow-by-blow account of the entire battle, including this battle. On the second day of the Battle of Gettysburg, the Union troops under General George Meade were deployed in the southeast of the city in the areas known as Cemetery Hill, Culp's Hill and Cemetery Ridge. The Union troops under General Sickles were covering the leftmost flank of the Union defense. He then moved his troops westwards to try to get on higher ground in the area, called the Peach Orchard, but on doing so, he exposed gaps in the Union defense. This was exploited by the Confederates under General Hood. General Hood knew that, if he could capture Little Round Top, he would be able to deploy artillery and enfilade the Union troops on Cemetery Hill and essentially outflank them. However, in order to take Little Round Top, General Hood would have to first take Devil's Den, which was high ground, and the Union troops had placed artillery there. This is how Devil's Den looks like from the Union artillery position. Notice they have a commanding view of the terrain below, and would be able to engage any troops advancing towards them. This would be the view from a Union infantryman's perspective. Notice all the big boulders that surround the area. These made excellent cover for Union infantry and sharpshooters. Okay, this is how Little Round Top looks like from Devil's Den. Imagine if you were a Confederate infantryman. You have fought to take Devil's Den, which was not easy, and you would have lost a lot of your comrades due to the hard fighting and strong defense. But then you would have to then assault up that hill called Little Round Top, so that your artillery would be able to fire onto the Union left flank. In the following 3 videos, I will show you how challenging it was for the Confederate Army to assault up Devil's Den. As you can see, there are boulders after boulders. Behind each boulder could be a Union sharpshooter or infantryman hiding behind. It was definitely a scary affair to charge up this objective. This is the view of Devil's Den from Little Round Top. At about 4 p.m. July 2nd, 1863, General Governor Campbell Warren, a civil engineer, saw that Little Round Top was insufficiently defended, and he would have had this view of the area. He would also have seen the assault at Devil's Den. He quickly initiated the defense, and in the process the famous 20th Maine was deployed to defend this hill. This is the view of both Big and Little Round Top from the west. One of the questions one may ask is, why did the Confederates not assault at Big Round Top instead? Well, notice that in the last photo, Little Round Top was not as heavily wooded. The problem was that Big Round Top was more wooded, as you can see in this photo. That would mean that even if the Confederate army captured it, they would have to cut down some trees for it to be a good artillery position. This ends this video. I hope you have found it useful and informative. If so, please like and subscribe. Also, if this video has sparked your interest in this battle, I highly encourage you to visit the site. I have some links in the description if you do decide to visit. Thank you for watching.